the saints who became monks, to save their lives.
Today, we are going to talk about a very special ancient story. The protagonists are a father and a son who made a startling choice when faced with a life and death crisis. Do you think it's possible? Someone runs for their life in a panic, and as a result, they actually achieved enlightenment. It sounds contradictory, but today's story begins with exactly that kind of dramatic irony. A father and son, out of pure fear of being murdered, ended up becoming arhats. How did this happen? Let's travel back to ancient India to meet our main characters. The wealthy philanthropist and his genius son. The father was a wealthy man living in the city of Shravasti named Shinshan Virendra. He wasn't just rich. He had an extraordinary son named Miaoshan Sushaya. Miaoshan was a true prodigy. It is said his skin was golden, his eyes were like lotuses, and he mastered the 18 branches of knowledge, including literature, mathematics, and debate. At that time, the father and son were preparing a massive sacrificial ceremony. Their original plan involved sacrificing a staggering number of animals, 500 antelopes, 500 rhinoceroses, and more. However, Shan was a meticulous man. He wanted the ceremony to be perfect. So he decided to seek advice from the Buddha first. That consultation changed everything. The Buddha's teachings were so profound that Shinshan experienced a life-altering realization on the spot. He immediately attained the stage of Sotapanna, stream enterer, the first stage of sainthood. When he returned home, he completely flipped the script. He didn't kill a single animal. Instead, he released them all, granting them their freedom from merit to murder. After releasing the animals, Shinshan grandly hosted the Buddha and the Sangha at his home. This should have been a joyous occasion. Right. But this act of compassion invited a deadly threat. The local Brahmins, who had been expecting to receive a share of the sacrificed animals and wealth, were furious, feeling that their interests had been stolen by the Buddha. Their anger turned into a murderous plot. They conspired to kill both Shinshan and Miaoshan. When the father and the son caught wind of this, they were terrified. Faced with a dead end, they decided to abandon everything, their wealth, their mansion, and their social status. They fled to the Buddha, seeking refuge, and requested to be ordained as monks. The catalyst of fear. The Buddha compassionately accepted them. Perhaps it was the raw fear of death that transformed into a powerful drive for practice. But the father and son became incredibly diligent. Before long, all their eternal afflictions and fears vanished. They reached the ultimate goal of spiritual practice. Both attained arhatship. The other monks were stunned. How could people who enter the monkhood out of fear of being killed achieve such high realization so quickly? The Buddha then revealed that this wasn't the first time this had happened to them. He shared a story from the distant past, the era of Kashyapa Buddha, when human lifespans were 20, Ling years long. History repeating itself. The Buddha explained that their current situation, was almost a carbon copy of a previous life. They were wealthy donors in the past. They angered other Brahmins over an offering issue. They faced death threats and fled to become monks. The key difference: in that past life, they didn't achieve high realization before they died. However, while living as monks, they made a profoundly important vow. That vow was like a seed planted long ago. In this current life, the conditions ripened, and the seed blossomed. It transformed a life-threatening crisis into the ultimate catalyst for their liberation. The wisdom of karma and great illusion. Let's look at the deeper wisdom behind this. As explained in the Master's commentary, karmic merit, their wealth, status, and the sun's intelligence in this life weren't accidents. They were the accumulated rewards of their past lives as disciplined monks. The power of vows, the vow they made long ago, provided the opportunity to meet the Buddha and achieve enlightenment in this life. This story is a perfect textbook on the law of cause and effect, karma. Every action we take and every thought we harbor shapes who we are now, and our current choices determine our future. When one truly understands karma, they naturally lose the desire to do harm, knowing that every action eventually circles back to the doer. However, the Master adds one final, mind-bending perspective. While the law of karma is absolute and governs our experiences, the law itself still exists within a giant illusion like a dream. This leaves us with a question worth pondering. If we are living in a world as fleeting as a dream, what does it truly mean to be awake?